We all remember how awesome of a person Joe Reineke was, but I hope today this will make it even clearer. We are all gathered here today to remember our beloved friend Joe Reineke. I was one of Joe's great friends, and the family thought it would be a great idea for me to present his eulogy to all of you. I hope this eulogy will help you all remember the presence of our loved one Joe. He may be gone, but he will not be forgotten. Let this not make us sad, but let it help us be happy. This isn't always easy to do, but I will try my best to. To get some more insight about Joe, I talked with family and friends to gather some memories about him. A few of the things I constantly heard were about his confidence, humor, and loyalty. The first thing that stuck out to me when I met Joe was his confidence. Joe and I were always very close. Everyone knew he was a very confident person, but unless you were super close with him, you wouldn't know exactly how confident he really was. A friend of ours named JJ would like to pass on a story about Joe to get you to see how confident he really was. Joe always had the most confidence around girls. That was just his thing. Being around Joe was something else. He always had this swagger to him. He always made sure he looked good, and he always tried to impress the girls. He never would back down from anything. Joe wasn't only confident with the ladies. He always had this drive in him. He never let himself fail. He always had the confidence that helped him always strive to be the best he could be. It always came out in the workforce, for his family, in the classroom, and even in the athletics. The guy just couldn't fail. To go along with the great soul of Joe, one thing that really stood out to me was his humor. You couldn't be in a room without Joe without laughing out loud. He was just that funny. His humor always brightened people's days. So here's a pretty funny story from John. We always needed Joe around. Without him, everything is so boring and plain. But when he was in the presence, it's hard not to have a smile on your face. Ironically, I have a funny story to share with you about Joe. Something he always said was, "Life is short. I was born, I blinked, and it was over. And also, do your best, follow your arrow, and make something amazing out of your life. Oh, and never stop smiling." Because this is funny, because we'll look where we are now. We're celebrating a great friend's life. And I hope we all have a smile on our face. That was just how Joe was. He always looked out for others, tried to make sure they were happy. Anything he could do to make them smile, he did it. Joe was also the most loyal man I knew. If there was ever anything bad going on and no one had your back, Joe would definitely be there for you. No matter what the circumstances were, he always had faith in you and would stick up for you. Joe's brother mentioned a very good point to show Joe's loyalty. My own brother could have easily turned his back on me. Yes, I said it, my own brother, but he didn't. He was literally the best brother you could ask for. When I got my third DUI, anyone could have fallen apart from me, but my brother stayed right by my side. I had to go to jail. I couldn't operate a vehicle, and it was tough to hold a job, but Joe always helped me through it. He'd be my ride to places even when it was out of the way. He would help me with important bills or even the simple things around the house. I couldn't have asked for a better brother. He was just that loyal. Joe was also a loyal man to his high school. Growing up as a private school kid, he always had faith in his beliefs. And staying loyal to a belief and donating to his high school really showed how loyal he was. In conclusion, let us all remember and reflect on the great man we all have dearly in our hearts. We will all remember how he was a very confident, humorous, and loyal friend, and it will not be forgotten. Dream as if you will live forever, but live as if you were to die tomorrow. Always look for the greater things in life, and always try to be the best you can be. Thank you.